What's up guys, it's the Actual Justice Warrior here, and today we're talking about transgender athletes. For those of you who don't know, Mack Beggs is a female-to-male transgender who was forced to compete in the female wrestling bracket, and he ended up winning the Texas Female State Wrestling Championship. This has caused a lot of controversy because Mack is a transgender kid. And because Mack is transgender and was prescribed testosterone by a doctor, he was allowed to take what is normally considered a performance-enhancing drug to compete in the female bracket. Seeing as I have nothing against transgender people, when I first saw this story, I thought it was ridiculous. Mack should be allowed to compete with the boys if Mack identifies as a boy. Pretty clear cut, pretty simple, could end the video right there.
But then I came across a problem.
What if there was a male to female transgender who decided to compete with the women? Should we allow somebody who's biologically male and has all the advantages that go with that to compete with the females? That doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when there's scholarships on the line. If you allow that, you could run into a situation where some, most, or even all of the female athletic scholarships end up going to people who are biologically male because they have an unfair advantage being biologically male. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Mack took testosterone and that gave him an advantage over the women. So a male to female transgender would take estrogen, the female hormone, and that would nerf her advantage against women. However, that's not necessarily the case. A lot of leftists have been expanding the definition of transgender. According to them, you could suffer from no gender dysphoria, present completely as male, and never take any steps to transition, and still be considered a female. So should we allow those people to compete with the female bracket? I would vote no on that. If Prime Mike Tyson decided that he was a female and refused to take any hormones to nerf his natural physical advantage in boxing, should he be allowed to beat the shit out of women in the name of equality in the female bracket? I think most of us would say no, that's ridiculous. And that's why I think that this is the best solution to the transgender athlete issue. If you can compete with the boys or compete with the men, you should be allowed to compete with the men. If you are physically able to keep up, you should be allowed to play on the same field. That being said, female sports should be reserved for biological females. Biological males have an unfair physical advantage against women. Biological males typically have 30 to 40% more upper body strength, and their bodies produce testosterone, which is a performance-enhancing drug. We can't have a situation where biological women are being discriminated against in scholarships in the name of equality. It doesn't make any sense. And that's my position. And if you say, hey, that's not fair to give advantages to one transgender group over another, that's not my argument. If you're a girl who identifies as a girl, but you want to and can compete with the men, you should also be allowed to compete with the men. I don't think the sex restriction needs to work that way, but the sex restriction does need to work when it comes to males or biological males competing with women. Anyway, those are my thoughts on transgender athletes. If you like this video, please show me by giving me a like. If you want to add something to the discussion, leave a comment in the comment section. I do read those. If you want to see more videos, click here or click subscribe to be notified whenever I upload a video. This has been the Actual Justice Warrior. Until next time.